Okay. Om Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashante Yasyatma Bhutasya Guru Prasadhat Aham Vimutosmi Sarira Bhandat Sarvopadeshtu Purushottamasya Tasyan Niraparnatosmi Nityam Prahlada Narada Parasara Pundarika Vyasamrcha Sukha Saunaka Bhishma Dalbiyan Rukmanga Udo Vibhishna Palgunadin Punyan Imam Parama Bhagavatam Namami Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasnam Pranama Dukkha Samanam Pranami Harim Param Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudirayet Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatu Asu Vairagyam Jnana Chayat Ahaitukam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalam Spatikakritim Adaram Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. Hare Krishna. So last week we saw where Akrura came to Gokula to bring Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. On the way back, Akrura took his bath in Yamuna, and in the Yamuna water he could see Krishna and Balaram. And when he came up, he saw Krishna and Balaram. He went again inside, he saw Krishna and Balaram. When he went upstairs, he saw Krishna and Balaram. So he was quite confused, but then he understood it can't be a imagination. It is not any illusion. It is real. Only God can be in multiple places, in all places. We cannot do that. We all know that. We can only be in one place, but our mind can travel anywhere, right? Mind is much faster. The Vayu, Garuda, and mind can travel as fast as you can imagine. We can sit in one place and we can go to India. We can go to, any other places that you can think of. Sitting in one place, we can travel mentally. Physically, we cannot do that one. Physically, it's not possible. But God, Krishna, he can do that. He can be he's not restricted by any kala, desha, or vastu, by an object, by a place, or by time. He is not restricted at all. But we are restricted fully by time, by the object, meaning this body, and the place. I can be at this time, in this body, in this place, here. I cannot be at the same time in a different place anywhere else. What to speak about in a different body. But the great rishis can do that. But what they can do is also very limited. Even they cannot do a lot. For example, we already saw this one in one of our Bhagavatam session, Saubhari. There was a great Muni called Saubhari. And if you remember, he took 50 bodies. So he took 50 bodies. Can you imagine how one person can take multiple bodies? Let me ask a question. Can Akshara, how can someone take multiple body? Atma is one. So if Atma is one, then how can this Rishi take 50 bodies? He divided his Atma into another 49 pieces, and then he distributed across all the 50 bodies. That's how he got 50 bodies to function. What do you all think? What do you think?
I think he is a devotee of Krishna, so then he has the power to have many
bodies.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other answers, thoughts? Okay, you want to go, Rukmini? Go ahead.
I think he's like a rishi, so I think rishis can do whatever they want.
So they can divide their Atma into 49, 59, 100, however they want. So they can take multiple bodies. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, or Krishna gave them the mercy.
Okay. What do you think, Mahati?
I think because he is a rishi too, he can like do like whatever he wants, or Krishna gave it to him too.
Thank you, Mahati. Meher, what about you? You always think out of the box. Any new ideas? A scientific thing you can share? How he can have 50 bodies when he's one Atma?
Well, basically, if you just reborn, like after your death, you reborn. Unless if you don't do Krishna consciousness and yoga, then you would have to take more than 50 bodies.
We'll see. Okay, see, I told you, you will come up with all these classic answers. Bhavya has something to say. I'm not able to hear you very clearly. I can hear you certainly, but it's a little difficult to understand everything. Go ahead and speak.
So just like one main candle can lit up thousands of candles, just like that, a yogi can lit up thousands of bodies.
You know, the true answers cannot be revealed so quickly and easily. That's why I'm not able to hear you. I think you're trying to tell that, the fact of what it is, but because of, I think, my condition, I'm not able to hear the correct answer that you're giving. So I'm going to go ahead and share. Anyway, from what you said, yes, so Atma cannot, you all should know by now, Rukmini and everyone should know by now that Atma cannot be made into pieces, burnt into ashes, cannot be withered, cannot be soaked in water, cannot be dried by the sun. It cannot do any of those things to Atma. Atma is a spirit soul. It cannot go through any of those things that the body goes through. Body goes through all those different things, but Atma does not. So then the Atma cannot, then how can the Atma be divided into pieces to obtain 50 bodies? That's not possible. So what happened there is that the Rishi is so very powerful, like Akshara, Rukmini, and Mahati, you all said this one. The Rishi is so very powerful. He can extend his consciousness to multiple bodies. His consciousness expands into multiple bodies. His Atma is still there in one body, but his consciousness expands into multiple bodies. How do we understand? Our Atma is situated in the heart, in our heart, right? But then we are able to move the hand, move the fingers, blink, and move the heads. But the Atma is only situated in the heart. How is that I'm able to move all these parts of my body? Because the consciousness of the Atma from the heart is spread throughout the body and making the movements as per the desire of the Atma. That is for ordinary people like us. When a yogi is there, he can do the same thing by extending his consciousness, his Atma, beyond his body to multiple bodies. That's what Shaubari Mani did. But when it comes to Krishna, he doesn't have to expand himself into multiple bodies. That's where the difference, big difference. So I cannot expand beyond this body because I'm conditioned, very much conditioned. The rishis can extend their consciousness to another body because they are yogis by practice, whereas Krishna doesn't have to extend his consciousness to multiple bodies. He himself expands. That is the beauty of Krishna. We can't even imagine these things. That is why he is Krishna is God, and we can never become God. Even when we attain the spiritual world, even when we get moksha, we are Anumatram. Anumatram means very minute. We are very minute. But Vibhu is Krishna. Vibhu means is pervaded, is spread, it pervaded everywhere. There's no one place where God is not there. It is only us, we are not able to perceive where God is present. We think we have to go to this place to do worship, we have to do this one. Why? That's because we are not able to see God everywhere. Whereas the great yogis and great bhaktas, they can see that God is present everywhere. And what to speak out within oneself. So therefore, Akrura, when we saw this one, he came up and namaste, 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 Vasudevaya, Sarvabhuta, Kshaya, Icha, Rishikesha Namastubhyam, Prapannam Pahi Mam Prabhu. He said, my Prabhu, my master, I offer my obeisances. My mind and senses, everything belongs to you. You please protect me. This is where we stopped in the last Saturday session. Then Krishna was asking Akrura, what happened? Is everything okay with you? You seem to be perplexed, or you seem to be astonished. You seem to be somewhat different. Have you seen Kim te drishtam ivadbhutam bhumo vyati toyava tatatvam lakshayamahe? Have you seen anything different? Have you seen something wonderful, either on the earth or the sky or in the water? Your appearance seemed to be somewhat different. I'm sure you have seen something miraculous. Krishna was asking these things. Krishna was asking all these things because Krishna, anyway, so Akrura was saying in response, Adbhutani. Yeah.
Like Krishna knew what happened, but I think he likes to hear from his devotees' mouth. So yeah.
Very good. That's very nice. Yes, Akshara.
So when we were talking about the Rishi, with the consciousness to make multiple bodies, do the other bodies have Atma too?
No, see, actually what you're asking is a very nice question. I'm going to reframe this one. You're a nice question. Just have to be reframed. Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. So Atma, first of all, Atma is one. The Atma of Rishi is on his body. Okay, Akshara. Now with his Shakti, there are people with, even now there are some, by having some power, they can produce something out of nowhere, right? It's not magic. Magic are all tricks. But the yogis, with some practices, they can produce things. Really, they can produce whatever they want, right? So producing bodies is not a big problem for them. They can produce multiple bodies. After producing multiple bodies, their Atma, which is situated in their body, right? Say, for example, I am here. You're seeing me, right? Akshara, you see me, right? So if assume that I am a yogi now, which is not true. But anyway, I assume that I am a yogi. So I am now able to expand my Atma, the consciousness of my Atma. Now my Atma only spread all over this body. But now with the power, I can pass the consciousness out of my body into another body. Okay? That consciousness not limited to this body, it extends to the another body. Only difference is this and this not connected. It's not connected. Like how my hand is connected, this hand is connected, my head is connected to one body. The other body is not connected. That does not mean you cannot control that body. There are people who try with their, they do mind reading. Sometimes there are some people with their tantric and many mystic things. They try to control other people activities. You might have not heard about these things. There are people who can do this one. They can control others by some ways because of some siddhi that they have, right? From here I can look, even in medical science, there are some ways of treatments which can be done on a remote basis. You don't even have to be with that person. Remotely you can do some treatments in our things. There are certain things like that. So when those things can be done remotely, sometimes people ask, can I take control of? I was just watching someone a few years back when I was in Dallas. One person was talking to another person. She's practicing some practices on medicine, not allopathy, some other medicine. She was talking to the other person was telling that I'm having headache, I have this problem, that problem. Then this person said, can I take control of your consciousness or your body? And this person said yes. Then this person was just meditating something and then did something. After some time, that person said, my headache is gone. Right? So this can be done even now by some little practices people can get. One second. People can get these shakti, these things. Then what to speak about great rishis? So the answer to your question, the body is produced by the rishi, okay, Akshara, and this Atma, the energy of Atma, the consciousness of Atma is sent to other bodies as well. Now, how I can decide to lift my right hand first and then left hand next, and then decide put my left hand first and then the right hand next, that's my choice, right, Aksha? Likewise, I can also do activities on the other bodies also, being in one Atma, being in one body. Did it make sense at all, or they confuse you too much?
It was good.
Good? Okay. All right. Thank you. Looks like there's another hand raised. But before that, someone was trying to speak. Was that you, Rukmini, or someone else?
Dude, that was me.
Meher, yeah.
So is like these mind controlling stuff only done by rishis, or can normal people also do it?
Normal people can also do that, but they have to have some practices. Without practice, one cannot do all those things. And also, getting into those sort of controlling others' mind and all those things is not a very good practice. That is not recommended, and that is not what we want to do. In the path of bhakti, we should try to control our own mind. We have to mind our own business, and we have to develop our bhakti, but not to get into controlling of others, happiness, distress, mind, and trying to read others' mind. None of those things we should be interested in. Okay? Thank you, Meher. And someone by name K. Maybe Krishna's.
Oh, this is Hare Krishna. This is Kiran.
Okay.
I didn't know it showed up as K. So is the expanded consciousness connected to the main Anuathma, or does it function independently of the Anuathma?
No, it cannot function independently. It cannot
So
function.
it is all connected to the main body Anuathma.
Yes, it's connected to the primary Atma. Body A is where Shaubari Muni is with his Atma. He is that Atma. Now he created that 49 bodies, and he expands his energies, consciousness to the 49 bodies from body A. So body A is the holder of the Anuatma. But the other doesn't have Atma. It doesn't have Atma, but they're all controlled by that one Atma over here. The consciousness is what is expanded to other things.
And the Paramatma will also be present with the main Anuatma.
Yeah, but then that's another interesting question. Paramatma is present. Yes, answer is Paramatma is present with the Anuatma, the Jivatma, but Paramatma is present in even anything and everything. Even if the
yes.
Atma, everywhere is present. So he is present in all those 49 bodies also. But that Atma is not present in Jivatma is not present in 49 bodies, is only present in one body. But Paramatma is present in all those bodies and everywhere. Okay. That's a good question though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when Krishna asked us, what did you see? Something interesting? Did you see anything wonderful, amazing? You seem to be really different. And then Akrura said, Adbhuthaniha yavanti bhumo viyati va jale tvai vishwatmake tani kimve adrishtam vipashyataha. He said, whatever wonderful things the earth, sky, water contains, everything exists within you, Krishna. There is nothing more beautiful, wonderful than you. Right? So many times we think this person is beautiful, so that person is handsome, and I am looking very nice, and I'm looking ugly, or whatever it is. Or this place is good, and this food is good. all those different things, we can keep on telling that this is beautiful, that is nice, that is pleasing, this is wonderful, that is amazing. We can keep on giving all definitions to many things that we see and we come across in our life until we see Krishna. Because once we see Krishna, nothing else can be beautiful, amazing, wonderful, pleasing. Nothing else can come close to Krishna's beauty, right? So anyone who has some good voice, like Akshara, Akshaya, you're singing very nicely. For example, where did you get this thing of singing? And Mahati, you're doing nice kirtan, and Meher sings very nicely, and then Bhavya, Rukmini, you all, some of the kids are missing here, but they are all doing. How do you get all these things from? Where did you get this from? From Krishna. I'm sure you're going to say the answer. So if someone is very beautiful, we get attracted by their being handsome or beautiful. If that person is beautiful, we have to think how beautiful Krishna would be, right? If this person can sing so nicely, how Krishna can sing or speak. His speech is beauty, right? So therefore, we get attracted to many of these worldly things on our material standards just because we have not really realized Krishna, which is where the problem is, and which is what we are all working towards. I want to become Krishna consciousness. I want to realize Krishna. I want to become Krishna consciousness. That means once I become Krishna consciousness, other consciousness will go away. The material consciousness will go away. We won't be disturbed. We won't be get attracted. We won't be distracted. None of those things will come until we see Krishna. And that is what Akrura is saying. Adbhuthaniha yavanti bhumo viyati va jale tvai vishwatmake thani kimme adrishtam vipashyatah. You are the abode of all wonderful, beautiful thing. And then he goes on saying that what can I say, what I've seen, what else can I say about what I saw? It's unbelievable. So he was just saying Krishna all this, and Krishna immediately caught hold of Akrura's hand with like this, caught hold of Akrura's hand, and then Akrura then said that, my dear master, my dear Lord, please allow me to be your servant. And then they got into the chariot and the chariot flew. They just went on the chariot towards Mathura. Krishna said, enough, now let's go to Mathura. It's getting late now. We have to go to Mathura. And then Akrura got under the chariot, and then he started driving the chariot in the speed of the wind. And they went into Mathura. They entered Mathura now. They entered Mathura. And as soon as they entered Mathura, here is a beautiful narration has been given about Mathura, where he says that Dadarshatam Spatika Tunga Gopura Dwaram Brigadhema Kapata Toranam Tamrara Kostam Parika Durashadham Udhyana. So he says that there are multiple things said in Bhagavatam that how Mathura is so very rich. It's so very rich. It has very tall gates, many homes which made of crystals. It's not made of wood like we have here, right? It's not made of wood or that whatever you can think of, but it's all made of expensive items. Beautiful arch, right? We have in St. Louis, we only have one arch, right? For that one arch, people come from many distance to see that arch. But in Mathura, there are many archways, many big tall gates, main doors made of gold and granites, and a lot of stores were there. And there are plenty of copper, brass, silver, many of those items, metals were there. Beautiful city with wonderful gardens and parks. And the intersections are all very nice to see. And it's all nice decorated with some private gardens as well. And the balconies, there were also balconies. I was just driving yesterday through some street, and I was seeing some big house, but then the house had a balcony. But the balcony, you cannot even come out of the balcony from the house. It was just a show. You have the like a balcony outside on the top, but then you can't come out of the house into the balcony. So, but then Mathura, it was not like that. The balconies are meant for people can come and stand out and talk to next door person or whatever it is. See watch the festivals, which when it goes on the road. So, but there are many balconies and many homes which are filled with many stones, expensive stones like quartz, diamond, sapphire, coral, pearls, and many things. Mathura was a rich place, very rich place. And then when the women of Mathura, they came to know that Krishna is arrived to Mathura, which is brother Balaram, all the ladies, women of the house, they climbed upstairs, went into the balconies, some went into the terrace. The terrace are also open, right? So went into the terrace and then balcony, they all over there. Some of the ladies, when they came to know that Krishna is coming, they were just doing some one lady was just putting a eyebrows, that kajal, right, like this, and then she heard that Krishna is coming, and then she left one eye, another eye she didn't even do it, she just left and went upstairs. Just imagine you go to a party, you only put a part of makeup on one side of your face, right? Mahati, what do you think? You put off of lipstick, off of your eyelashes and whatever you want to color and paint, and then leave the other half. How would you appear? Funny, right?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
But then these ladies of Mathura was just dressing up, and then all of a sudden they just left halfway through, and then just climbed up to the terrace. And one girl was wearing a earring. While she was putting one earring, and she heard that Krishna is on his way, she left putting the other earring on this ear, and she just went. Nowadays, if you say that, that's become a fashion now. Especially the men, they wear one side of the earring and another one is left blank, right? Whatever it is. That's become a fashion. We can't even say something nowadays. It's everything. Whatever is considered to be funny in those days, people laugh at us. Nowadays, it's become a fashion. Can you imagine? It's become a fashion nowadays, wearing a torn jeans pant, wearing one side of the thing, and having coloring your hair, and then making all type of hairstyles with like this and like that and like this. People used to laugh those days. Nowadays, people used to think that that person is a modern person. So that is Kali Yuga. Now, then these ladies, when they saw Krishna coming on the street, passing through their street, they lost themselves. They lost their mind looking at Krishna. And when Krishna looked at them, they couldn't, it was just, for them, it was such an experience for them, right? Sometimes we also look at people. People get scared when we look at someone. They run away. Why are you staring at me? Well, I'm not staring at you. I'm sorry to say this, but I have to share this one. Whenever I come up this particular section in this one in Ramayana also, when Rama was going, people were waiting for the glance of Rama. They were just waiting for Rama's glance. Will he look at me? Will he look at me? Will he look at me? Everyone was looking, eagerly waiting to see if Rama's glance will fall upon us. That's how it is. Anyway, so I was going to say something about something, but I just don't want to get distracted with the flow of Bhagavatam. Let's hold on to this one. So everyone's mind was totally lost, looking at Krishna, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's beautiful eyes, Krishna's transcendental body. Every part of Krishna's body was so attractive. They were just stunned, and repeatedly they couldn't take their eyes out of Krishna, and they were mentally embracing Krishna. They're mentally embracing Krishna. And then one lady was saying to another lady, wow, how fortunate the gopis were in Vrindavan. How fortunate they were. They've been 10 years, they've been with Krishna. How much they must have enjoyed with Krishna. For us, just looking at Krishna, even for a moment, we get so much happiness, joy, and bliss. What to speak about gopis? How fortunate they are. Remember what gopis were saying when Krishna was getting ready to leave to Mathura? Yes, Aksha?
They were thinking that Krishna wouldn't come back because of all the city girls.
Yes, they said that Mathura girls will not let go. They will not let Krishna go back to Vrindavan. But then these girls were thinking that, wow, how fortunate the gopis were. And then when Krishna was going like that, and then at the point of time, Akrura was saying, my dear Lord, please come to my house. They arrived, now down, they entered into Mathura. Akrura was inviting, saying that before we go meet Kamsa, please come to my house. Let your dust from your lotus feet fall at my house. Purify my house. Purify my ashrama, Grahastha ashrama. Please come to my house. And then the Lord said, my dear Akrura, I will certainly come, but then I've come here for a mission. I've come here for a reason. Let me finish that one. Then I'll come to your house for sure. Then I will accept your hospitality. And Akrura, with great heart, he didn't want to let Krishna go, but he said, how can I be without you, Krishna, after seeing you? How can I be without you? Because, once we see Krishna, once you see something which you like, say, for example, once Meher, you have something you have in your hand. What is that, Meher? What is it you have in your hand? It's an aeroplane, sort of aeroplane. So you like the
I'm actually building an airplane, which is getting into a minifigure.
Okay. So say if you build this aeroplane, you like this aeroplane, you want to have this aeroplane next to you all the time, even when you do online schooling or when you're eating, when you're going driving with your parents somewhere, you want to have that toy with you.
Well,
You
not
can-
every time, but only at home when I'm playing.
yeah, so you like it, right? So when you like something, you don't want to be apart from that.
It's when you made it by your hand.
Right. Thank you. So when
Isn't
you like,
it-
one second, Meher. So when you like something, you want to be with that. You want to have it with you all the time, right? Is it not, Mahati? What do you say, Mahati? If you like something, would you like to have it with you all the time?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So you like to have it all the time. If you say that I don't like it, that means that's not what you wanted. That's not your favorite one. But that which is favorite to you, that which you like, that you love so much, you want that to be with you all the time. And that is not only to you, to all of us. Everyone like to have that which love with us, not to be parted with that one, but to be with that. And then likewise, Akrura, after seeing Krishna, he said, Krishna, all those 10 years I've not seen you. Now that I've seen you, how can I be away from you, Krishna? I cannot live without you. Please come to my house. Come to my house. And then somehow or the other, Krishna made Akrura feel little okay and sent him that you please go home now because I have come on a mission. My mission is to satisfy the request, the prayers of my devotee to take care of Uncle Kamsa. I have to take care of my Uncle Kamsa. So let me finish the job. Then I'll come to your house. And
He'll
then
take care of Uncle Kamsa by killing him and sending him to the spiritual world because he was killed by Krishna's hand.
Thank you, Rukmini. So Akrura accepted, and then with a lot of heavy heart, leaving Krishna, he just went. He went, and then as Krishna was walking and he was going, then at that time he was walking on the street and going, and at the time he saw a garment. A person was a person who takes care of Kamsa's clothes, his dresses. He is the one who washes all the dress, irons it, and then make it, fold it nicely, and go and deliver to Kamsa. And that's how Kamsa, he had the servant. So this person was there, washerman actually. He was a washerman. So Krishna went to that washerman who was a servant of Kamsa. He said he saw some nice dresses over there, right? Garments. And then Krishna said, hey, can you give a couple of dresses, one for me and one for my brother? We want to wear some nice, seem to be very nice, expensive, nice garments. So can you please give us? And you know what he said? This guy, the washerman, you said, say for example, if Krishna is coming in front of you and then asking you, one of you, that Can I have that? What is your favorite thing? Bhavya. Bhavya is going to say Krishna. So I'm going to skip then. Yeah. Oh, Mahati or Rukmini, go ahead. What is your favorite toy or whatever thing that you have?
My favorite, I mean, if it's not including Krishna, then it's my puppet or my simple.
That's pop it, right? Yeah, you got to pop it.
Or
Yeah.
my simple dimple.
Simple dimple. Okay, wonderful. All great toys. You kids have pop it, simple dimple, and all is nice. Yeah, Akshay, you want to say something? Go ahead.
My favorite toy is slime.
What is that? Show me. I haven't seen that. What is that?
It's a slime.
What did you say?
Slime.
Slime.
Okay, sorry. I think
Yeah, slime.
Yeah, slime. Yeah. Slime. I'm familiar with slime too. It's quite interesting to play with slime, right?
And putty.
What is it?
Putty is also interesting to play with. Putty.
Oh, putty. Okay. That's quite interesting. You girls, you kids have lot of. What is it?
This is actually noise putty, but it also kind of works like slime.
Yeah, slime.
Yeah, it makes a farting. It makes like a silly noise.
Silly noise. Okay. Now if Krishna comes and asks you, Akshara, can I have your slime, please? What would you say?
I would say yes.
You would say yes. You would say yes, right? You'll give it because you know Krishna is. You're fortunate that Krishna is coming and asking you for something, even though everything belongs to him. He comes and asks you something. Means what a great fortunate kid we are, right? Right? Many times we go to the temple, we give donations, we give something to God. We think I am giving, and God is laughing at us. What are you saying? You're giving to me, right? Everything belongs to me.
God, it belongs to Lord Krishna, but Lord Krishna gave us that and we are giving it back to him.
Exactly. So everything belongs to Krishna. We are just returning back to Krishna, right? So this washerman, when Krishna Antan asked this washerman, can I have a couple of sets of dresses, garments, so we can wear and then walk on the Mathura street and go to meet our uncle Kamsa? And then you know that what the washerman said? Nityam girivane charaha paridata kim udvartha raja dravyani abhipsata. He said that, you foolish boys, how dare you can talk to Krishna something like this, right? This washerman was saying, you impotent boys.
Oh my goodness, the washerman told Krishna he's a foolish boy.
Yeah, yatasu balesha maivam prartyam yadi jivi vaisa. He said, driptam raja kulani vai. You are not fit to wear these kind of dresses. You are fools. You are fit for begging. You roam in the forest. You roam on in the mountains. You are from the village, and how dare you are asking for king's dress? So he was just talking all nonsense to Krishna. He was just talking all sort of things to Krishna, and then Krishna did not say much. There's no point in talking to someone who's not going to listen to you, right? Have you had an experience where you try to talk to someone to explain certain things and that person does not get it? Have you, any of you had this experience? Meher, have you had this experience with your friends or anyone?
Yep.
Don't tell that I had this experience with my parents. I am trying to tell them, they don't get it.
Actually, it happens in both situations. My parents and my school friends.
Yeah. So what do you do at the time when your parents or your in a school, your friends doesn't get what you're trying to say?
Like I was like trying to explain a math problem to my teacher, and she wasn't getting it. And she was like, "No, you're not supposed to do it this way. You're supposed to do it this way." And then I'm saying, like, "That's what I'm saying," and then I'm getting irritated also at that moment.
Yeah, it's quite painful.
Mataji, Prabhuji.
Yeah, you can call me Mataji also. We are all Matajis. Krishna is the only Purusha. So no problem. Go ahead, tell.
Okay, that The same thing happened to me, but it was a little different. Like if I am trying to ask a math or some kind of problem to my teacher, she doesn't listen and continues to like teach us something else and like just doesn't listen.
Oh, the teacher doesn't listen, right? What a sad situation you have to go through. I'm sorry about it. You may want to tell your parents about it. Okay, now let's get back here. Now, the washerman, rather than Krishna, sometimes we have to make some decision. If someone,
Oh, he used my toy as an example.
okay, thank you, man. So when someone is not trying to get what we are trying to say, and there's no point in talking to such people and waste your time, right? Rather, you just conclude and keep moving. Sometimes what we try to do is we try to justify how correct we are. We may be correct, 100% correct, but the other person doesn't agree to it. There's no point in talking to that person to explain and try to prove yourself that you didn't mean this one, right? So Krishna did not waste his time. You know what Krishna did? He did not waste his time. The washerman spoke so much. Krishna, if it was you and I, we would have spoken again, raising our voice, screaming and shouting at the washerman, how dare you are, you can speak about me. You call me as fool, you are fool. You call me as this one, you are that one. So we may be getting into this argument, but we can learn from here. Krishna just simply ignored. But then he did something which we don't need to follow exactly what Krishna did. We don't need to do everything what Krishna did, but Krishna did, but Krishna did something with his fingertips. In the fingertips, the fingertips, he just, you go to, have you ever plucked a flower from a stem? Have any one of you plucked flower from a stem? Yes?
Yes, but then I learned that was nature, so yeah.
Okay. So like that, Krishna, without any difficulty, he just, with his fingertips, he just knocked his head off. Tup, like this. Tup, he did. And then
Did
the head.
Darshan Chakra?
No, his finger is Sudarshan Chakra for him. He just simply fell off. Yes.
So first of all, like if we try to do killing, like Krishna can do that, but if we try do that, that's bad. And also that if we try to do that, nothing will happen.
If we try to do that, nothing will happen. Yes, that is true. We don't want to try also. It was not good. But anyway, let's continue the story. Okay. Now that head was separated from the washerman. It was just fell off like a football. It just rolled and went off. And Krishna and Balaram happily kept walking down the street. As they walk, in fact, before that, they took the garments from that washerman. After finishing him off, they took the very nice garments and they wore those grand garments, and also collected rest of the garments and gave it to all their friends who came from Gokula. They also started wearing all the turbans, all the, whatever the dress the king will wear. They also started wearing, hey, look, am I looking like a king? Another, hey, you look, am I not looking better than you? And they were all talking all the funny things. Krishna and Balaram was just laughing at these boys. They were enjoying, especially you're not from a city, you're from a countryside, right? And you come to the city, you see, tall building, like this, you see. And then the language.
The very tall buildings are called skyscrapers.
Yes. So then Krishna was looking, then we see people, how they converse with each other in the city, right? In countryside, they're much more people are much more respectful. They will say thank you, they will say sir, they will say excuse me. And then over here, it's all different. You don't care about anyone, just just keep passing by. Don't say good morning, don't say good evening, say hello, nothing will be there. That's in city life. So Krishna, these boys were coming from the village, into the city. They were just amazed to see the city life. But in Mathura, it was not like that, by the way. And nowadays it is like this here, in every places. So as they were walking and coming, and then they saw, and the next thing they saw was a garland maker. A garland maker. He was making nice, nice garlands, beautiful with very expensive, beautiful flowers. And then Krishna went to that person's place. As soon as he went to the person's house, the garland maker, his name was Sudama. This is not the same Sudama that we are going to see later. This is a different Sudama. Okay, so this Sudama was there. He immediately got up when he saw Krishna and Balaram. He fell at his feet and offered him a nice place and gave him something to drink. And then he had this beautiful garlands that he made. He offered that to Krishna and he offered to Balaram. He offered. Krishna and Balaram were so very happy. And Sudama said, the purpose of my birth has been achieved. Right? The purpose of my birth, when we see in Ramayana, when Lord Rama and Lakshmana were coming, as they came to the ashrama to see Shabari. So Shabari was been waiting to see Lord Rama. And then Lord Rama, as soon as Rama came and Shabari saw Lord Ramachandra, she said, now my life, the purpose of my life is fulfilled after having your darshan. I don't need anything else more than this. I'm done. I'm happy. Right? So like that, this the garland maker was saying, now my life is sanctified. I am free of contamination because of you both. Thank you. And then he said that Nahi Vam Vishama Drishtihi. Because you are well-wisher of friends, you are the super soul of everyone, and you are unbiased to anyone. You are the reciprocator of the devotees' love. You always remain equally disposed towards all living beings. My dear Lord, please make me as your servant. And then he was just praying. Ultimately, one should pray is, I want to serve you, my Lord. So he was saying this one, and Sudama was blessed by the Lord by that act. And then after wearing the garland, Krishna and Balaram continued to walk. As they were walking, that finishes the 41st chapter. And then as they were walking, and they came across another girl, Trivakkara. Her name was Trivakkara. Her body, she has a hunchback. I don't know if you all know what hunchback means. It's like a bag which is put on your back of your, on your back. That's how the body is. It's like a small bump in the back.
Yeah, it looks like a small pump in that. And
Yeah.
that kind of makes you like down, like not straight up, but down.
Yeah, exactly. So hunchback. So this Trivakkara was there. She was young, but then she was like that. And then when Krishna came, he saw her. He said, my dear beautiful girl. Right? My dear beautiful girl. And no one could say that she is beautiful, by the way. And Krishna was not making fun of her. I sometime, how in when we saw Jadabharata story, King Raghugana, he said to Jadabharata, you are so thin, you have not eaten, you look so weak, etc. But then it was opposite of whatever he said. He was taunting Jadabharata. He was really well fit, but then he was taunting. Krishna was not taunting Trivakkara. So he was telling that you are beautiful one. And then the reason that Krishna said that is not teasing her, but then he's going to make her beautiful. The lady, the girl, she said, then when Krishna asked her, who are you? He said, I am the servant of Kamsa. I make this expensive, beautiful ointment, scent, and this has been taken to Kamsa. My dear Lord, you are here. I think you are the right person. You are the abode of these ointments. Therefore, she started applying this beautiful sandalwood oil and various jasmine oil, expensive oils that she makes it. She started applying to Krishna and Balaram. And then Krishna was very pleased by her act. And then what he did with his toe, he touched her feet and then put his hand under the chin and then lifted her like this. Lifted her like this. She was hunchback, right? When Krishna lifted her, she became straight. She became straight. And she was looking so pretty, so beautiful, charming. So she was very amazed to see this one. And then she said, my dear Krishna, what is the use of me having this beauty? This is where the important point. Sometimes we try to see ourselves on the mirror, how handsome I am, how beautiful I am, right? But that makes us happy, right? When we see that on a mirror, nice. Then we start applying whatever the things are and we think, now I'm looking beautiful, isn't it? I'm better than my friend. I'm better than my sister. I'm better than this person. So we start doing all this games over there, right? But then she says, what this girl said, what is the use of me being beautiful? You made me beautiful. But what is the use of me being beautiful if I'm not offering my beauty to you? Right? That my beauty is for you. My body is yours. My everything is yours. Therefore, my Lord, please stay with me. Be here in my house. I will serve you and you can enjoy. And then Krishna said, certainly I will accept your request, but then I have an important mission to do. What is that?
Take care of my uncle Kamsa.
Take care of my uncle Kamsa. So once I take care of my uncle Kamsa, I will return back and fulfill your desire. And Trivakara.
He has two desires to fulfill now. Akrura and the, yeah.
Yes, Akrura and Trivakara. And then Krishna said, bye for now. I'll see you later. And then Krishna left that place. And he left that place. And as he was going close to the arena of where Kamsa is, there was a big bow. Bow and arrow, like big bow was left there. And then it was surrounded by many guards. They were protecting this bow very carefully because for the function that you're going to have the following day for this one. So Krishna and Balaram went close to that where the bow has been kept. And everyone was telling to, hey, boys, get out of here. You can't go close to that. This is kept for some special yajna. We have to do some puja. Get out of here. And Krishna and Balaram did not even care for what these soldiers were saying, the guards were saying. They just pushed them off. And when Krishna went close to that arena, that place, and he lifted the bow and strung the bow together and then pulled and broke the bow into two pieces. Broke the bow into two pieces. And all the men...
It's like Ramayana.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. See, it is interesting. So now when the chief of the guard said, go catch these boys, kill them, arrest them or kill them, whatever you do, just not stop these guys. So everyone was rushing, all the guards were rushing with weapons to attack Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna and Balaram, they both had this broken bow. Each one had this one piece of each. And then they started, mashing on these the soldiers and guards and hitting them off. And they all ran here, there and thither, everywhere in fear. They couldn't just handle what was happening. But then when the bow was broken, the sound, the tumultuous sound which came out went to the ears of Kamsa. Kamsa could not believe that bow was broken. He was just literally stunned, shocked. He was just don't know what to do. But then everyone was telling, we saw that Krishna broke the bow. And then Kamsa, when he heard this one, he was terrified. When he was looking at this mirror, he saw his head was missing. This is what his illusions. He was seeing some bad omen. He was seeing all different signs. One second, Rukmini. He was just seeing there's no sign, no good sign. It was all negative signs, bad omens. So he was looking at the mirror. There was no head. Don't ask me if he doesn't have a head, how could he see? But that's what it is. He could see. It's an illusory thing that he was seeing. And the stars and moons were all looking double. He could see moon as double, and then every stars, plenty of stars, all doubled up. And in his shadow, he saw a hole. He could see the hole in his shadow. And he could not hear the breathing, exhale and inhale within his body. And he was dreaming like the ghost is coming and embracing him. And he was riding on a donkey drinking poison. And there was some man who was not wearing any dress, but smeared with oil. He was passing through him, which doesn't seem to be a good sign for him. So he was having all sorts, when he tried to drink water, in the water, he could see someone is trying to come and attack him. So he was seeing everywhere Krishna in the form of a person.
Blood being poured on him, and
yeah. So he was in a big anxiety. You don't know, the whole night he couldn't sleep. One second, Rukmini, hold on 1 second. He couldn't sleep at all. He couldn't sleep at all the whole night. When do we, people sometimes have this problem. I could not sleep in the night. And there is a beautiful thing in Bhagavatam, Mahabharata. There's a conversation between Vidura and Dhritarashtra. When Dhritarashtra came back after seeing Krishna, I'm keeping the story short here. Vidura went to meet Krishna. When he came back, and then he was saying, Dhritarashtra said, okay, we'll talk about what the message from Krishna. The next day, we all can go to bed now. But then when Dhritarashtra came back to his palace, the whole night he was not able to sleep. Then he called for Vidura. Please bring Vidura here. And Vidura came here. And Vidura said, my dear king, why did you call me at this night? Is there anything that I can serve you? Anything that I can help you with? And then Dhritarashtra said, yes, I am not able to sleep, Vidura. If you tell this to someone, what would they say? If it is now, people have many ways to get sleep, right? You all know, you must have heard many ways where you can have a sleep, sound sleep. But in those days, that's not the way that they try to get good sleeps. They don't drink. They don't pop in a pill to get a good sleep. None of those things were the things. Therefore, Vidura did not give any of those advices. Why don't you drink a glass of wine? Why don't you pop in this, a tablet?
Prabhuji, and also that no one we also sing lullaby songs for them.
Yeah. So none of these things were told to Dhritarashtra. Vidura said, beautiful thing, that in Mahabharata, a section called Vidura Nidhi. Vidura Nidhi is a beautiful set of slokas, a complete advice to Dhritarashtra, saying why he is not getting sleep. Just for sleep, there's a big section in Mahabharata why one does not get sleep. And we are not going to get into those things here. But one of the reasons is when you are in anxiety, something you're anxious about, something you're fearful about, something you're worried about, those are the situations where one does not get sleep. Right? Even if they sleep, they get dreams of those things. That's really not a sleep. Sometimes I get this message, someone from India, whom I got in touch with for just few minutes, and I shared my number. And then when I came back to America, I got a message from this person saying, good night, sweet dreams. I said, okay, this is a nice person, looks like he still remembers me, therefore he's sending me a wish to have a good night. And I responded back saying, good morning, because for us, good night is good morning for people in India. So I said, good morning, thanks for the wish. And the next day, when it was morning for us, he sends another message saying, good morning. And then again, every single day I started getting good morning, good night, good morning, good night, good morning, good night. Then I understood he's not just wishing me, he's sending a broadcast to all his contacts every single day, couple of times. Good morning and good night. But I was thinking he's specifically sending me a wishes every day. Later, I understood this is not for me, for everyone. But the point I was trying to say is that he mentioned that sweet dreams, okay, sweet dreams. But the fact is that when we have dreams in our sleep, that means the sleep is not good. Unless and until it is anything to do with Krishna, it's accepted. But any other dreams that we get, that means we have a, 1 second, Rukmini, we just have few minutes left. If I can just complete this one, I don't mind. Okay. Now, when we have disturbed, that means we are disturbed. When you get dreams, that means we are disturbed. Therefore, telling someone to have a sweet dream is not actually a blessing. It's actually a curse that you don't get a good sleep in other sense. But when that person says he's a nice person, is a sattvic person, we have to interpret that as have sweet dreams of Krishna. That's how we have to take. Now that he doesn't know, he is a devotee too. When he says we have to take it, let you have a sweet dreams of Krishna. In that way, there is nothing wrong in wishing someone to have sweet dreams. So Kamsa, when he heard this one, he was just in such a situation. He could not sleep. The entire night passed without having any sleep. So in the next day morning, he got up, he got ready, he took shower. Even Kamsa took shower in the morning. Can you believe that? Kamsa is taking everyday shower. I'm sure he must be taking more than one times too. So it's important to take shower, by the way. So Kamsa took shower, he got ready, he put new ironed dress, not the old dress again after taking shower. He wore a nice dress, clean dress, and then got ready. Yes, Rukmini.
That some people right here, like in the morning, they take shower, but in the evening they do, and then they wear their dress. They're sleeping.
Okay, thank you for that comment. Kamsa took his, then Kamsa got ready, and then he came and sat on his throne where the arena is, where is the wrestling competition is going to happen. Okay, there is a big arena, big place, big ground, wrestling area where there's going to be wrestling going to happen as a competition. And Kamsa came and sat over there, ready for the things to begin. And Krishna and Balaram are going to enter the arena next week, next Saturday. Let's see what's going to happen in the arena. Stay tight. Come back again next Saturday to see what's going to happen in the wrestling arena. Hare Krishna. Now you can go ahead, and whoever want to say anything can speak.
No,
when I give you chance to speak, you don't speak. When I speak, you speak. Rukmini, what do you want to say now?
Like, and like, why did I never, was Kamsa scared of Krishna?
Obviously. It's an obvious question. Otherwise, why he would even send, Putana, Aggasura, so many asuras, Trinavarta, many asuras. Why he is sending if he's not scared of Krishna? Right? Okay. Akshara.
Prabhuji, when the wrestling match is happening, how is Kamsa not scared that Krishna will kill him then while they're wrestling?
You see, many times we think that I am protected. I can take care of myself because why? I have everything to say, take care of my things. If because I'm staying within the house, my parents are there, right? My house is protected by security, cameras everywhere. All those things are there. We think ourselves we can protect, right? But there are many things which is out of our control. When we think we can protect ourselves, I can take care of ourselves, that is Kamsa consciousness. Kamsa is thinking, now bring Krishna over here, and I will kill Krishna with various means. So he is thinking that he can kill Krishna and he will be protected by all the resources that he has over there. That's a false idea. He was an illusion. He was thinking he can kill Krishna. Okay? But that's not true. We are going to see that next week. Anyone else?
And also that when the resources or the gods all fighted with Krishna, the same thing will happen. He will have no more resources and he will never see them.
Rukmini, don't reveal the secrets. Let's wait for next Saturday. You're finishing the story so fast. Don't tell the secret out. I know you all know the secret, but let's wait until next Saturday. Okay? Okay, Bhavya, you have anything to say?
No, Prabhuji.
Mahati? Anything from your side? No. Meher? Okay. Bhavya, did you raise your hand now?
Yes, Prabhuji, could I show the darshan of Krishna Balaram in the Sikh temple?
One second. We'll be really happy to take darshan of the deities. 1 second, okay? So we can close this with having darshan of deities. 1 second. Okay. Back to Ashok Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice class.
Prabhuji,
Rukmini, your hand is raised.
yeah, I have a comment.
Okay.
I like the whole class.
Okay. Mati, what do you want to say?
What is the homework for next week?
Prabhu?
What was the thing you did last week?
It was the pouring oil and water.
Oh, thanks for reminding me that one. How many of you tried that one? Mahati, did you try that really? So what is the outcome? What is your study from that?
I forgot, Prabhuji.
You forgot about it? Okay. Oh, Akshaya? Akshaya, go ahead. 1 second. Akshaya, go ahead.
Can I tell you how the study of my homework went?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell.
So the water went everywhere. It was like, it wasn't in control and steady, but the oil was very steady and it came in a straight line.
It did? When you did that? That's how our focus should be in whatever we do, especially in our service to Krishna. We should not be distracted, deviated, disturbed by other surroundings. We just have to focus in Krishna.
Prabhuji, what is the homework for this week?
Homework for this week is what are the important points that we learned from today's class? You can write down and share next week, okay? That's an easy one. You just have to recollect what has been told here, write some bullet points, and then shoot it next Saturday. Bhavya, and Ashok Prabhu, back to you. And then Bhavya wants to give us a darshan. If anyone else and the adults have anything to share, you can ask Ashok Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Any questions from the adults? Bhavya, can you show us the darshan, please? Get a little closer. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Thank you, Bhavya.
Thank you, Bhavya.
Okay. All right. If there are no questions, then we'll meet again next Saturday. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.